Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? Please have your tickets in hand before you board the plane. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Johan Castell and you're watching Wings. On today's show, we feature how India sends Lord Buddha's relics to Bhutan for a peace festival. We also cover the GI tags of Ladakh with an in-depth case study from Leh. Also on the show, luxurious rail experiences from France to Italy. Let's start. India and Bhutan share more than borders. They share a bond rooted in Buddhism that reached new heights this week. The sacred relics of Lord Buddha traveled from India to Bhutan for the Global Peace Prayer Festival, coinciding with the 70th birthday of Bhutan's fourth king and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Thimphu. Take a look.
In a moment steeped in faith and friendship, the sacred Piprava relics, mortal remains of Lord Buddha, unearthed from an ancient stupa in northern India, reached Bhutan on November 8th. Escorted by a high-level Indian delegation, the relics were received at Paro International Airport by Bhutanese and Indian officials. The historic visit, a joint initiative of the Ministry of Culture, Government of India and the International Buddhist Confederation, marks the second time these holy relics have travelled to Bhutan. They were first brought to the kingdom in 2011 during the celebrations of King Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk's wedding. The relics have been displayed in Mongolia, Thailand, Russia and now in Bhutan. The relics have been enshrined at Tashi Chudzong during the Global Peace Prayer Festival. This is a 16-day spiritual gathering dedicated to healing humanity and promoting harmony in a divided world. The event coincides with the 70th birth anniversary of Bhutan's fourth king, Jigme Singh Wangchuk, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, underscoring the shared spiritual legacy of India and Bhutan.
As you know, that Bhutan is hosting this a landmark global peace festival, which is something like a non-sectarian approach, where we bring in Buddhists and spiritual masters from across the world, and also the renowned personalities. So the main purpose of this global peace festival is to bring in the collective efforts and so that we contribute to, or we create the conditions for universal peace and happiness of the sentient beings.
We Bhutanese people actually grew up by being told the formula for happiness. So the formula for happiness is actually we were told by our parents. In fact, our parents were educated through Buddhism. And following the Buddha's teaching, we understand that to be happy, to be peaceful, you need to make others happy and peaceful first.
Without peace, you cannot enjoy happiness and well-being. And as such, everybody you see here, and many are online also, have joined us collectively with just one mission, which is to offer prayers for global peace and to commit to doing whatever one can to further global peace.
At the heart of the festival are the ancient Jabzi Doichog rituals and the Kala Chakra empowerment ceremony led by Bhutan's J. Kempo, the chief abbot of the country. These ceremonies bring together Buddhist masters, monks and scholars from across Asia, offering chants for global peace and enlightenment.
Bhutan is hosting the Global Peace Prayer Festival, which has seen gathering of eminent lamas. You can see behind me many lamas have gathered, but also many Bhutanese and people from across the world have gathered for this festival. This is the brainchild of the monarch of Bhutan.
During his visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Bhutan's fourth king, Jigme Singye Wangchuk, and King Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk. Prime Minister Modi expressed deep gratitude to the people and leadership of Bhutan for the warm and reverent welcome extended to the sacred relics of Lord Buddha that arrived in Thimphu from India. To deepen the spiritual experience, the International Buddhist Confederation has also organized 3 exhibitions. Guru Padma Sambhava, tracing the life and sacred sites of the precious Guru in India. Sacred legacy of the Shakyas, excavation and significance of Buddha relics, and the life and teachings of the Buddha. Additionally, the National Museum in New Delhi will showcase select rare sculptures from its Buddhist art and heritage gallery. As the chants for world peace echo through Thimphu, the relics of Lord Buddha stand as a reminder that the path to global harmony still begins in the quiet pursuit of enlightenment.
In Ladakh, heritage is not just preserved, it is protected. From pashmina and wood carving to the humble sea buckthorn, traditional crafts now carry geographical indication tags, official recognition that ties each creation to its roots. We traveled to Leh to see how these GI tags empower local artisans and give global identity to Ladakh's handmade legacy. In Ladakh, every craft tells a story, from its high mountain wool to its hand-carved wood and golden apricots. Now, these traditions are finding global recognition through geographical indication or GI tags, certifications that protect what's truly local and give identity to the hands that make it. To understand how GI tags are shaping Ladakh's future culturally and economically, we spoke to an expert who's seen this transformation unfold.
India enacted the Geographical Indication, Registration and Protection Act in 1999, which came into force in 2003. So that is the story of how India adopted the whole GI mechanism, GI entire ecosystem. The basic idea was to protect the identity of the product. So the product is now linked to a geography. India has around 500 GI tag products. For example, we already have 4 products which are already geotagged in Ladakh. First, apricots. Ladakh is the biggest producer of apricots in India. We got our second geographical indication on the product, which is our wood carving. There are a lot of artisans who are involved in wood carving. It uses a different kind of wood. We also have a geographical indication on the pashmina, basically the inner coat of that pashmina goat.
Now the 4th GI tag, the sea buckthorn, would you like to talk to us about that?
Sea buckthorn is a small berry which is extremely rich in antioxidants and vitamin C. And more than 80% of the sea buckthorn which is produced in India comes from Ladakh. How
are GI tags creating opportunities for the youth in Ladakh and also the local communities living there? How does the coming in of GI tags help them to thrive? Now we see a lot of local youth coming into business which are with the products which are rooted in the traditional Ladakh. For example, you must have heard about Jigmet Couture, Namza Couture. They are deriving value out of the GI tag which has enabled them to do it.
From policy to practice, the impact of GI tags is most visible on the ground. And few examples capture that better than Ladakh's pashmina, a fabric famed across the world, now protected and proudly local. The Ladakh pashmina wool shawl isn't just a symbol of elegance. It is a craft so unique it has earned a geographical indication tag. So I'm going to visit Jigmet Couture, a boutique that keeps the tradition alive. From wool spinning to design to final stitch, keeping the artistry alive for the world. This is Jigmat Couture in Leh, where the centuries-old tradition of pashmina weaving is being reimagined for the modern world, blending heritage, innovation, and hope for Ladakh's young artisans. Hello.
July.
Julie, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Are you the owner?
Yes, I'm Jigmet.
Yeah. Are you guys designing all of this stuff?
Everything here in-house.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you have something for men? How cool to find a local boutique where everything is handmade locally from Ladakhi materials.
We have it in Yakul also. This one white and the beige is very rare. It's like among 500 yaks, there's only few in white and beige.
So this is natural. This is the
Natural color of yak.
Well, speaking of the different materials, like you said, your husband, he's in charge of like dealing with the fabrics and the manufacturing of the textiles. Can we meet him? Is he in the...
Yes, I'll just call him. Yeah. So he's right there.
All right.
Mr. Jigmet.
Hello, Julie.
Julie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
You're the guy in charge of the whole fabric section, or?
Yeah, kind of. I'm sure now you must be having an idea of, like how it works.
So, speaking of the Kashmir or the Ladakhi pashmina, what is the difference between a Ladakhi pashmina and say a Kashmiri pashmina?
Whatever Kashmir you find in the world is either from China, Mongolia or Ladakh. But globally, Ladakhi share of market is less than 1%. We just produce only 50 metric ton of Kashmir. But now, like we are first generation entrepreneurs who's actually using them. So that way, you can differentiate in a microns basically. What we produce here, what we grow here, Kashmir in Ladakh, is basically 12 plus micron. What you find in global market is 14 plus micron. That way it's more finer. Why don't you come to, like factory? I mean, we would love to really show you because in fashion, there's lots of greenwash. So we wish to really have a very traceability and, transparency in whatever we are producing.
Before we show you the factory, let's explain where the wool comes from. High in Ladakh's cold desert, nomadic Changpa herders raise pashmina goats that produce the world's finest and most expensive cashmere. Each year, these goats yield around 50 tons of feather-light wool. Over 1,000 Changpa families roam the vast Changtang Plateau, more than 4,000 meters above sea level, herding some 300,000 goats, yaks and horses through summer, before descending to lower grazing lands along the Indus River during the harsh winter. Just walking distance, basically.
It is walking distance. I told you, within 1 square kilometer.
It all begins here with raw pashmina wool, collected from the high-altitude Changtangi goats of Ladakh. First, wool is cleaned to remove dust, grease, and impurities. This is delicate work. One wrong twist can break the yarn, but in skilled hands, these fine threads become the backbone of Ladakh's most prized textile. On the loom, the story of the fabric takes shape. Each thread is woven with precision into a masterpiece. Next, we visit the Textile Museum of Ladakh, located in the heart of Leh. At the ground floor is Jigmat's own home, and the first and second floors house the museum. Upstairs, there's also a gallery for wearable art and new products, showcasing different things made from fabric that are in use in Ladakh. From the hands of local artisans to the shelves of global boutiques, Ladakh's GI-tagged crafts tell a story of resilience and heritage. Boutiques like the one we have seen today carry the identity of a region that continues to weave its future, one thread at a time. In Paris, the iconic Orient Express is making headlines as the star of a new exhibition celebrating 100 years of Art Deco. Held at the Musée des Arts Décoratifs, the show honors the movement that redefined design and the train that symbolized luxury travel.
Inside the Musée des Arts Décoratifs in Paris, visitors are stepping into a world of elegance and grandeur. They are celebrating a century of Art Deco. The exhibition, titled 1925-2025, 100 Years of Art Deco, marks the centenary of the 1925 International Exhibition. This event first gave the movement its name. A full-scale reimagining of the legendary Orient Express, the train that once connected Paris to Istanbul in a luxurious awe. 3 life-size mock-ups give visitors a first look at the new Orient Express, scheduled to relaunch in 2027. Designed by architect and artistic director Maxime Dangiac, the train pays homage to 1920s luxury while embracing modern comfort.
Toilets and these doors.
Every detail counts, from the velvet upholstery to the handcrafted glass panels. All has been carefully engineered to recreate a bygone era's magic. Dangiac describes the train as the most complex hotel on rails. Here, artistry meets ingenuity.
You have 64 people who are going to spend a few days and nights in this cruise train, and you have to entertain them, to feed them, to make them curious, to make them really comfortable. So it's a huge performance.
The cabins feature L-shaped plum velvet sofas that transform into beds at night. They offer butler service and private bathrooms rivaling Parisian hotels. A few steps down the corridor is a dining car. It draws from 1930s geometric patterns and polished brass detailing. The train will travel at 130 kilometers per hour, carrying 64 guests on 2 to 4 day journeys between Paris and Istanbul. Beyond the train, the exhibition celebrates the entire Art Deco movement, a style defined by symmetry, geometric form, and the blending of art and industry. It features masterpieces by designers like Jacques-Émile Ruhlmann. Some highlights include the stained glass by Jacques Gruber and ironworks by Edgar Brandt, including his iconic piece, L'Oasis.
In Paris in 1925 took place a great exhibition called the International Exhibition of Decorative Arts. And it was a big event because it was a celebration of every aspect of decoration and art. And it's very important because this event gave its name to the Art Deco movement. It gave its name to the period.
For visitors, the exhibition is more than a journey through history. It's a celebration of imagination, elegance, and the rebirth of a legendary train that once defined luxury travel. If you want to experience the charm of the Orient Express, the exhibition, 1925 to 2025, 100 Years of Art Deco, runs until April 2026, marking a century of design and craftsmanship of the Orient Express.
Italy is reviving the glamour of old world travel with La Dolce Vita Orient Express. The luxurious train is reviving the romance of rail, where time moves slowly and luxury takes center stage. Italy is looking to revive luxury train travel experiences with the La Dolce Vita Orient Express. The train is the country's newest high-end rail experience, a modern reimagining of classic train journeys that once symbolized elegance and style. The train is made by a collaboration between Italy's Arsenale Group, France's Accor, and state rail operator Trenitalia, a partnership aimed at blending 20th century glamour with contemporary comfort. Inside, polished wood, marble counters and soft lighting create a vintage scene straight out of an Agatha Christie novel. Passengers sip their drinks as the pianist fills the cabin with its melody.
So I'm not going to tell you how much we paid, since it is a gift for my wife, and I will tell you at the end if it was really worth it. but it looks really very good. Exceptional? Yes.
So far, it's very nice. Everything is very curated. It's beyond my expectations.
For many, this is not just a journey, it's an experience from the books of railway history. The train offers a 5-star experience on rails, with fine linens, velvet armchairs, personal attendants, and the 3 Michelin star chef, Heinz Beck.
So, in the north, you will have a different menu than what we are doing, for example, in our Sicilian journey. But every plate is prepared in a proper way, in a perfect way, who is giving emotions.
The Dolce Vita Orient Express offers multiple routes through Tuscany's vineyards, the Dolomites, and the Sicilian coast. But while the journey promises romance and nostalgia, the price reflects true exclusivity. Fares start at $4,100 per person for a one-night trip and can rise above $14,000 for longer itineraries. Train manager Dora Gombi says this is a lifetime experience and people from all around the world come here to taste this unique experience.
They might want to invest in a one-time life experience, or they just want to change and come from the yacht or from the private jet here on the train. What brings them together is that they want to be here, they want to taste this experience we are offering of La Dolce Vita Orient Express.
On the other hand, some people think that the experience is overpriced and unaffordable. The train takes you back to the fictional world of Agatha Christie, whose novel The Murder on the Orient Express had a major influence in inspiring this idea. La Dolce Vita Orient Express is about redefining travel as an experience where the journey itself is the destination. That's all we have for you on the show on Wings this week. Next week, we return with more travel content for you. Until then, it's me, Johan Castell, signing off. Goodbye.